everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ivan and thank you so much for being here today. Lately I've been seeing so many people working on their forever saves, and as I've been working on mine, including my current series where I'm turning Newcrest into a big city, I realized that sometimes the default worlds don't always match the aesthetic we're going for. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I make default worlds match my aesthetic using Tool Mod, Sims 4 Studio, and a few really helpful overrides. We'll be working in Brindleton Bay, where I'll show you how I remove unwanted EA clutter, adjust objects using Tool Mod, and replace certain items with overrides so everything feels more cohesive. I'll also be using my makeover of Summer Holiday as my model sim, so you can see how everything comes together during gameplay. If you've ever felt like the default worlds don't quite match your vibe, this is a really simple way to make everything feel more intentional without having to rebuild the entire world. Before we jump in, since we are working in Brindleton Bay from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, I wanted to quickly thank the sponsor of today's video, Instant Gaming. If you're also working on your forever save, expansion packs like Cats and Dogs can make a huge difference in bringing your world to life, and Instant Gaming is where I usually go to pick up game packs for a discounted price. They offer game keys for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, often at a lower price than buying directly from the official store. I'm also an affiliate, so if you choose to use my link or code, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. They've also sponsored a giveaway for this video, so make sure to check the description for details on how to enter. Alright, so before we start transforming the world, let's quickly go over everything you'll need for this tutorial. For this tutorial, we'll be using Tool Mod, Better Build By, and Sims 4 Studio. For Tool Mod, this mod allows you to move, rotate, and scale objects outside of build mode, which is really helpful when you want to adjust things in the world that EA has already placed. Next is Better Build By. This just makes it a lot easier to find, debug, and hidden objects, which we'll be using to improve certain areas and make everything feel more cohesive. And lastly, we have Sims 4 Studio. This is what we'll use to remove certain EA objects that can't easily be adjusted in-game, like random clutter or items that don't quite match the aesthetic. I'll have links to everything in the description so you can download them if you don't already have them. So the first thing I like to do when I'm trying to make a world match my aesthetic is to clean up all that EA junk. We can adjust some of these items using Tool Mod, which I will show you how to do later, but a lot of these items we can't, and that is where Sims 4 Studio comes in handy. For this portion of the video, we will be in Whiskerman's War because there is a lot I want to get rid of and override. So let's start with this little fisherman. Let's say we want to get rid of this little fisherman. It's so ugly, we hate it, we want it gone. So now we need to open up Sims 4 Studio, and you must exit your game first. Do not have your game launched during this. The first thing we're going to do is come down to Object, click Override, and then click Object. And then once it opens, it's going to have all the objects that you have in your game. That's going to come up. What we're going to do is click Show Debug Items. And the item that we want to get rid of is in the Cats and Dog expansion pack. So you're going to come to Game Pack, click Cats and Dogs. And all of the debug items that come with the Cats and Dog expansion pack are going to pop up. So let's scroll down until we find our little fisherman. We're going to select him, click Next, and then it's going to open up your Documents folder. What you're going to do is you're going to put this into your mods folder. You're going to save it here. I like to save it into a folder that I have called Goodbye. And you can just name it whatever, it really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna name it Little Fisherman. Okay, and then click Save. And now the warehouse has popped up. So we're gonna scroll all the way down to Object Definition. Come over to Footprint, click Edit Item. We're going to clear it and then add. We're gonna make sure that it's zeroed out and then click Save. Then we're going to go to Model, again, Edit Item, Clear, Add, make sure it's zeroed out, and then click Save. And then click Save again. Your package has been saved. And voila, just like that, that little fisherman is gone. And you can pretty much do that with any live edit object that you want to get rid of. You just follow those simple steps in Sims 4 Studio and it will be gone. There are mods out there that already exist that completely get rid of everything, like the blowtorch mod and the flamethrower mod. If you're interested in that, you can check out my series, I Turn Newcrest into a Big City, where I use both of those mods and I go into detail about how it works. So now let's talk about overrides. We are going to be using this neighborhood for our override portion of the tutorial because it is horrible. Fortunately for us, we already have simmers in the community who've already overridden a lot of the things that you see now. And I actually already have a few in my game already, starting with these boat overrides by Large Tater Tots. She just made them a neutral white color. I believe they used to be really colorful. And then we have this floor override by the Simside of Luca. I believe it used to be this ugly red color, but Simside of Luca made it this beautiful, just neutral light tan color. And both of these overrides really match my aesthetic and the look that I'm trying to go for. I also found some overrides by this creator named Solar Lines, and they overrided a bunch of stuff for Brindleton Bay, starting with this crane override. They basically took that ugly orange color and made it this nice neutral light brown slash tannish color. They also overrided these flags. They turned them from red to blue, as well as these little floaties that just made them blue and white instead of all that red and green and yellow. They also got rid of all of these posters over here, so it just looks so much more cleaner over here. I think I might have missed one of the files to download, but that's okay, you guys get the point. They also did the same thing with this floaty right here. And then they also overrided this cat food sign and made it from red to this nice neutral beige color. And I also made some billboard overrides for Brindleton Bay. I made swatches that I really think fit that coastal vibe I'm going for. These were so much fun to make, and they are on my Patreon right now for free. I will have these and everything else linked below. Okay, you guys, so that is going to be everything for the first portion of that video. As you can see now, we have a much cleaner base to work with, and we can start tooling more aesthetically pleasing objects off the lot to match right along with our more aesthetically pleasing overrides. Alright, it is finally time for the tool mod portion of this video. We are in Cavalier's Cove at the beach, and I just wanted to make the area more functional. And shout out to Chantilly, her just own coastal area series, and I love the way she has her beach set up. And that actually was the inspiration behind my choice for this video. So first things first, we need to be in build mode. And I also have Better Build By, which I suggest you get as well. And Better Build By, you can have extra features like organized debug, move objects on, ignore unlocks. Those are cheats you can put in, and those will pop up. But with Better Build By, you don't have to always put the cheat in. It's already automatically there. And in content, you can hide maxes. If you don't want to see anything that maxes is made, you just only want your custom content. You can have live edit already pulled up again, so you don't have to punch in that cheat, debug. If you want to hide your custom content, you only want to make a CC free build. So this is just really nice to have. It'll be a lot easier for us to find live edit objects that we want to place off the lot. So when you have live edit toggled on, it'll pop up over here as well as debug. So in the live edit section, you can see again, it pops up that entire catalog that you have in your game. But if we don't want to go through all of this, we can come over here, select packs, and we only want to see what comes with cats and dogs. And then everything from cats and dogs live edit will pop up. So I'm gonna grab this boat. We're gonna put this boat in the water out here. Now, in order to get this boat off the lot and into the water, we'll need tool mod. To toggle on tool mod, all you have to do is click Shift T. You can do it with tool mod. We can move, elevate, rotate, scale any object that we pull out. So let's start with move. To move this object, you will have to select it. It highlights green. You click move, and then this grid will pop up. This is kind of diagonal, so it'll be hard, but you could just do use lot alignment, and it flips. So this is going back to 3rd grade. Your x-axis and your y-axis. Low-key, this is the harder way, but I'm still gonna show you how to do it, and then I'll show you the easy way. So you have to play with it a little bit. So let's just do 1 and 1. Okay, so that moved it to the right and up. And now -1 and -1 should move it to the left and back. And it did. And that's basically it. So you'll have to use math in order to get the boat off the lot. Or we could do it a much easier way. And when you just have this highlighted, all you have to do is click here. And now it's off. So I'm gonna click the ocean. Now it's in the ocean. So you can either do it the hard way or you can either do it the easy way. Another thing that we can do, let's say our boat isn't exactly where we wanted it to be. We highlight our object, click Alt, and then in whatever direction you want it to move to, you just click and it moves over slightly. Next is elevate. Sometimes we need our objects to be a little higher. Maybe we want to stack things on top of another, whatever you need it for. All you have to do is, and you can go down and up from anywhere between -25 to 25. So let's say we want to lift this up really, really high, we can just pop. And it's up 5. And then to bring it back down, -5. And that's all there is to it. Our next thing is rotate, and we can rotate it anywhere from -360 to 360. So a whole 360 would just bring it back around here. But if we want to turn it around, 180, and it's flipped the other way. We can also change the axis. So let's say we want to flip it on its side. We'll flip it to the side, so we'll go 90, and now the boat is on its side. Okay, and lastly we have scale. Let's say that this boat is not big enough for us, and we want to scale it. We can go anywhere from 0 to 25, and let's just say I want it 2 times bigger. Yeah, now that's a real yacht. Or if it's too small. Your base is always at 1, so if you want it to be smaller than the original, you just hit 0.5. And now it's a baby yacht. And when you scale things, the numbers are already set for it, so like you don't have to do too much math. So when I hit 1 again, it's not gonna scale it. It's not gonna scale it to 1.5. It's gonna scale it back to 1, if that makes sense. Other options that we can do is we can undo something that we've already done, or we can redo something that we've done. You can toggle multiple items, which I will show you in just a second. We can delete it, hide grouping box, change settings. That's more advanced, but you probably won't ever need to use that. So with Tool Mod, you can actually move multiple objects at once. That's very easy to do. All you have to do is select one object, hold Alt, and select the other, and move it to wherever you want. So I'm going to click out here. And there she is. So we can actually use Tool Mod in Live mode as well. Now, this next mod I'm about to show you is not necessary, but I do recommend it. It's called the Clickable Worlds mod by Owen Delama, and that is just how I'm able to go all the way over here, all off the map. And I think it's necessary if you do want to do some tooling all back here or wherever you want to do it. But I'm just going to show you how we can get this car over here. So all you have to do is shift click the car, and the tool option is here, toggle, and the same thing we did in build mode. You're just gonna click where you want it at. I'm just gonna click it right here. So now we have it parked out here. However, I was only able to get this car parked out here with the Clickable Worlds mod, so just take that into consideration. Okay, so I thought it would be fun if we decorated the beach together. I'm actually gonna do this in Live mode. So you can see how I do a lot of the tooling and just some of the small features that come with Tool as well. So I'm going to start with these beach chairs. In Live mode, again, we just shift click, tool, toggle, active object, and then to select multiple, you just hold Alt. So I'm going to take all of these lounge chairs, the tables, and the parasols with me. Now, these items that are on top of the table, I'm going to highlight them as well, but when we do move them, they are not going to be on top of the table. So when we move it to the beach, we will have to elevate those items to make it look like they're sitting on top of the table. Okay, and there she is. And actually, guys, I lied. If you have anything on top of a table that you want to move, do not highlight it. It will move along with the table. So don't select anything on top of a table. Just leave it off. So next I want to move this fire pit. And again, much like the tables, I will only need to select this fire pit and these chairs will move along with it. And that goes the same for like dining tables or anything else like that. You only need to select the middle object. I think I kind of wanted to just hang out like over here off in the cut. Yeah, I like this. And I'm just gonna put this foldable table over here with the s'mores on top of it. So I think this is a little too close to the chair. So I'm gonna highlight it again, toggle, I'm gonna hold down my Alt key and just move it over just a tad bit. Or maybe just, yeah. So that way the Sims will still have room to get over here in these chairs. So yeah, and by the way, Ravishing has a functional s'mores tray. This came with the little critters kit. Is that what it's called? The little campers kit. The little campers kit is what this came with, but Ravishing has a functional one, and the Sims can eat s'mores from it, but be careful because they will eat s'mores till they die. Okay, now I decided to make this like sandbar type of thing. I'm using these small bars from Adventure Weights, and I just paired it with a couple bar stools and this pergola. So we're gonna take everything with us. Alt to select. And again, we don't need to grab the bar stools because we're just gonna grab the bar and the stools should come with us. Well, what about, we should put it over here. Let's put it right here. Now we're gonna need to rotate this. Simple. No, I'm gonna rotate it. Let's rotate this. I'm thinking it's gonna go to the left. I'm gonna say -25. Oh, that's much better. Okay, now I want to talk about getting rid of things in live mode. So you can't get rid of live edit objects in game. You'd have to go through the Sims 4 Studio steps to get rid of that. But objects that are usable, you can actually just get rid of it by shift clicking. And you can get rid of a tool, yes, but obviously we can just destroy the object. If you can't tell yet, this makeover is inspired by like Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, you know, all of those New England type beaches. That's what well, obviously this is what Brindleton Bay was inspired by, but I really wanted to lean into that. Inspiration came from those type of places, and they always have like ice cream shops, little ice cream carts. So that is why I'm putting this here. And this is from LaJui's Italia mod. And from my understanding, when you put like vendors in areas that Sims actually go to and function in, you shouldn't have to hire a vendor. They should just automatically spawn. Okay, there she is. I think I like this so far. So as you can see, Summer decided to autonomously just come over to the lounge chairs and she's gonna sunbathe. And Sims actually do autonomously interact with all of the things that you put in the area that is usable. You guys, I decided to do the rest off camera because I feel like I was just getting too repetitive. But yeah, once I stopped recording, I feel like I hit a genuine flow state. And I think I'm done now. So I wanna just go around real quickly and show you everything that I did. I'm just gonna start over here with the pier. And I absolutely love how this came out. All I did was add this deco building. This is from the Cats and Dog expansion pack, and it was kind of on tilt already, so I just decided to add it to the pier. And as you can see, we have Sims autonomously interacting with some of the things around it. Summer Holiday just came over here and she's making a gin and tonic with the Italian restaurant. This is by LaJui. It's from the Italia World mod, and we can come over here and we can eat. Order to go, we can call a waiter, and we can sit and have some pasta. I kind of want it to be like a makeshift seafood restaurant, but I did the best I could with what I had, and I just love how this turned out. From the Italia World mod, we have this beach stall that we can come over and buy some beach items from when someone comes over to tend it. We have more seating over here, and then these are just some little fruit stands that are functional, and we can buy some groceries with it. And over here, I just put a couple of cars. I saw Chantilly put a few Jeeps on her beach, and I wanted to do the same thing. So I just kind of decorated it a little bit. I have some coolers. This In and Out set by Ophrnelia. I think that is so cute. We have a couple beer cans. And then I put this stereo on top of this truck so we can play music. And then I also have an invisible dance floor right here. And then over here, I just set up a bonfire, a beer pong table, and a keg. So someone finally did come to tend our gelato stand, but they've disappeared somewhere. But we can still come over and we can grab our ice cream. And then over here, I put Utopia's bike mod. And then I made some makeshift showers so we can wash the sand off us after we leave the beach. I put like somebody's stuff over here. I put like a go yard duffel and this phone, and I hung up this swimsuit. I think this turned out really, really cute. I absolutely love this. And then way back here behind the bridge, I stuck this billboard of this override that I made. It's a Ralph Lauren billboard, and it's inspired by the Ralph Lauren for Oak Bluffs campaign. So I did the Ralph Lauren for Bennington Bay, and I absolutely love this. And then I just added a few more things to the beach, like the surfboards. I added a couple of more chairs here and here, and then a beach ball and this volleyball, which is a functional. It's a mod by Utopia. Also, just wanted to quickly mention Nerdy Doll's Swimmable World mods. If you're not privy to that mod, you need to get privy to it. And then lastly, I just added some animated deco sims. I love adding animated deco sims to the world just to fill up the space because a lot of times it can feel really empty. So all of the ones that I'm about to show you are by Lazy Simmies, and this is their Sulani animated deco sims. So I just have a couple over here just hanging out by the parked cars along with this animated deco dog. And then I have this one here playing the guitar. I have these two over here sunbathing and about to have lunch on the beach. We have a lifeguard. And then I just have a casual sim here standing by the lounge chairs. Lastly, these two sims by the gelato stand. The very last thing I want to talk about is creativity, how and where to channel it. We have so many great sources right at our fingertips and right outside our door. For me personally, Pinterest is probably my biggest source of inspiration, but I mainly use it for real life references, things like architecture, color palettes, ads, and overall aesthetics. I like to take those real world visuals and translate them into my game in my own way. I also love pulling inspiration from TV shows and movies, especially The Summer I Turned Pretty. That show really influenced the vibe of this video, from the coastal feel to the overall aesthetic. Paying attention to the sets, outfits, and little details in media can really spark ideas you wouldn't think of otherwise. And don't forget real life. Go outside. Look at the buildings, signs, neighborhoods. Even the smallest details can turn into something really cool in your game. And of course, other simmers can be a great source of inspiration too. Just make sure you're adding your own twist and giving proper credit when it's due. And that's everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this little creative reset and got some inspiration for your own saves. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.